Welcome, dear traveler, to Earth with Nature, a quiet corner of the digital universe where science breathes softly, and curiosity becomes a kind of meditation. You're not just watching a video, you're stepping into a slow, starlit journey, a moment to exhale and wonder. Tonight, we'll wander far beyond our blue planet, into the vast garden of worlds that may lie scattered through the cosmos. But before we begin, I invite you, only if it feels right, to like this video, subscribe for more calm cosmic reflections, and leave a comment below. Let us know where you're tuning in from, what time it is for you, and what sky you see outside your window. It's always a joy to see this little community stretch across oceans and continents. Now settle in. Maybe dim the lights. Let the hum of your fan or the hush of the evening be your companion. Inhale gently and exhale slowly. We're about to explore the idea that Earth, beautiful and vibrant, might be just one note in a symphony of worlds. A single petal in the cosmic bloom. Have you ever looked up at the night sky and wondered, not just what's out there, but who, or what, perhaps even where else you might belong? Tonight we invite those questions in, not to solve them, but to sit with them, to let them echo like stardust on the wind. Let's begin with something you know. Earth. A planet cradled in a narrow band of warmth around an average star. But even the ordinary, with the right lens, becomes extraordinary. Earth is not just a rock in space. It's a miracle of balance. Just the right temperature for liquid water. Just the right atmosphere for breath. Just the right magnetic field for shielding. It's as if the universe whispered 1,000 variables and all of them harmonized here. Yet, with the rise of planetary science and the astonishing precision of modern telescopes like Kepler, TESS, and the James Webb Space Telescope, we've discovered something both thrilling and humbling. Earth may not be unique. Thousands of exoplanets, planets beyond our solar system, have now been confirmed. Some orbit twin suns. Some are shrouded in clouds thick with methane. Some are scorched, tidally locked, or frozen solid. But others live in that gentle zone between too hot and too cold. The habitable zone. The Goldilocks zone. And though we haven't yet heard a whisper of life from these distant worlds, the possibilities are staggering. Just imagine, a planet where rain falls in silver sheets over violet forests. A moon where bioluminescent creatures drift beneath icy seas. Or a world not unlike Earth, where a child might look up at their sky. Different stars, different stories, and wonder just like you do. What would it mean to know we are not alone? Or even more deeply, to feel that we are part of a much larger family of worlds. This is not science fiction. This is science unfolding. But in all this wonder, there is something else. A kind of stillness. Reminder. For as we peer outward into the stars, we are also learning to see Earth more clearly. The same satellites that map distant exoplanets also turn their gaze homeward, capturing breathtaking images of our planet's swirling clouds, glowing cities, and fragile ecosystems. And what they reveal is simple yet profound. Earth is rare. Not because it exists, but because it persists. Life here has endured asteroid strikes, ice ages, shifting continents, and mass extinctions. And yet it continues, resilient, delicate, and astonishingly complex. So often we think of space exploration as a journey away from Earth. But perhaps at its heart, it's a journey back to it. to understanding what makes a planet habitable, to appreciating the astonishing systems, geological, biological, atmospheric, that dance together to create the conditions we so easily take for granted. And here's a question to sit with. If we found another Earth-like world tomorrow, would we treat it better than we've treated this one? Would we see its rivers as sacred, its skies as shared? Would we recognize the preciousness of breath, of green, of silence? Or would we carry our forgetfulness with us, like luggage we never unpack? These questions aren't meant to scold. They're invitations to wonder, to notice, to fall in love again with this planet, even as we dream of others. Because the more we learn about what it takes to make a world, the more miraculous Earth becomes. So now, as the stars rise outside your window, or maybe the sun if you're listening from another time zone, let this final idea settle into your thoughts. We are not merely visitors of the cosmos. We are participants, witnesses of a universe still unfolding, still creating, still surprising. In a sea of exoplanet mysteries and cosmic wonder, Earth remains our only known harbor, our only proven cradle of life. But she may not be alone. Somewhere light years away, a planet may be spinning under unfamiliar constellations. Somewhere right now, a star might be warming a world where life stirs in strange oceans, or where intelligent beings look back at us with the same curiosity. The future of planetary science is rich with discovery. With next-generation observatories, AI-guided telescopes, and interstellar probes being dreamt into reality, we might one day see the oceans of another world or hear the quiet hum of alien ecosystems. But even if we never do, the act of searching changes us. It humbles and expands us. It teaches us that we are part of something vast and ancient, and that our existence, our breath, our choices, our dreams, matter. Not because we're the center, but because we're connected. So, if you found this moment gentle and meaningful, consider liking the video, subscribing to Earth with Nature, and leaving a comment below. What would you name a new planet? What would you hope to find there? These are not just idle thoughts. They're seeds of imagination. And imagination, after all, is the first step toward discovery. Until next time, may your nights be filled with stars, your wonder never dim, and your heart always open to the vast, shimmering mystery of this universe and the quiet blue world we call home. This isn't a place for urgency. This is a place to wonder. So if you're new here or returning from another evening's journey, I hope you'll take a moment to like the video, subscribe to our growing constellation of listeners, and leave a comment below. Tell us where you're listening from, what the sky looks like above you tonight, or simply how you're feeling. You are part of a scattered yet connected community, each of us a single thread in this vast cosmic tapestry. Now, as you settle in, lights dimmed, distractions softened, allow yourself to gently drift into the question at the heart of our story. What if Earth is not alone? Not just in terms of life, but in terms of being a home among many. A habitable world in a vast, flowering garden of planets. We're not just talking science fiction here. We're talking exoplanets, real, measurable, increasingly documented worlds beyond our solar system. In the last few decades, humanity has crossed a threshold. We've gone from wondering if other planets exist to cataloging thousands of them. Some are gas giants spinning close to their stars. Others are rocky and Earth-like, poised in that delicate balance of light and shadow known as the habitable zone. And among them, we begin to see something extraordinary. A pattern. Cosmic invitation. Not just to explore but to reflect. If Earth is one of many, what does that mean for us? For our place? For the fragile, miraculous thing we call life? Let us imagine for a moment the universe not as empty space, but as a vast celestial greenhouse, a boundless garden where worlds bloom like flowers, each nurtured by their own sun. Some are wilted, scorched by radiation or frozen in eternal night. But others are in full, vibrant bloom. These are the exoplanets that catch our eye, not just because they look like Earth but because they hint at possibility. Consider Kepler, 186F, orbiting a red dwarf star about 500 light-years away. It's roughly Earth-sized, and it sits in that Goldilocks zone. Not too hot, not too cold. Or TRAPPIST-1, a system of 7 Earth-sized planets, 3 of which may hold liquid water. And thanks to the James Webb Space Telescope, which now peers deeper into the atmospheres of these worlds, we're beginning to detect signs of chemical compositions. Carbon dioxide, methane, even hints of water vapor. These aren't just dots on star charts. They are worlds with weather, with seasons, with gravity tugging on oceans, or perhaps ice, maybe even life. Imagine standing on one of those planets. The sky might be a soft crimson, lit by a smaller, cooler sun. You might hear winds whispering through alien trees, or see clouds forming in unfamiliar shapes. Perhaps life there never evolved sight, relying instead on vibrations or scent. Or maybe it evolved intelligence, creatures sculpting art in colors we cannot perceive, building cities that breathe with the rhythm of the soil. These are not just fantasies. They are educated possibilities, supported by the growing field of astrobiology, which studies the conditions under which life could emerge. And in asking what makes a planet habitable, we inevitably ask, what makes Earth special? Or perhaps more beautifully, what makes it part of something larger? In the mirror of these distant worlds, we begin to see Earth more clearly, not as the center of the cosmos, but as a rare and precious bloom in a wild, infinite forest. Our planet is not just alive, it is alive in astonishing balance. Our atmosphere, thin as the skin of an apple, shields us from radiation and traps just enough heat. Our magnetic field deflects solar winds. Our oceans regulate temperature and cradle biodiversity. Our moon, perfectly sized and distanced, stabilizes Earth's tilt and gives rhythm to tides. It's as if the entire solar system conspired to make life not only possible but sustainable. And yet, with all this perfection, Earth remains painfully fragile. A single shift in temperature, a rise in carbon levels, a loss of a keystone species, and the whole system begins to waver. As we gaze outward in search of other Earths, we cannot ignore the lesson written in our own soil, that habitable doesn't mean permanent, that biological richness can vanish, that wonder can be lost. But here's something deeper. The search for exoplanets isn't just about finding new homes, it's about rekindling our awe for this one. Every time we detect a planet 100 light-years away that might have water, we remember that we have oceans. Every time we speculate about alien life, we remember how rare and beautiful our life is. Our search outward leads us inward, back to the forest, coral reefs, the quiet lakes, the breath in your lungs. And it begs the question, if we found a perfect twin of Earth, untouched and brimming with unknown life, would we preserve it, cherish it, protect it from ourselves? So then why not start here? Why not treat Earth as the miracle we hope to find elsewhere? And so we arrive at the edge of something bigger. Not just the science but the philosophy of many Earths. What does it mean to live in a universe where Earth is not singular, but one of many? Where life might be common or at least possible across billions of stars? Humbles us, elevates us, and it changes the story we tell about ourselves. We are not the final product of creation, but early explorers in a universe still unfolding. We are not alone, but part of a family of worlds, some perhaps older, wiser, more evolved, or younger, just beginning. In this story, Earth becomes both sacred and shared, a reminder that life can arise, that consciousness can bloom, that the universe is not cold and indifferent, but fertile and full of potential. And as we continue to explore, through data, through telescopes, through dreams, we must carry both humility and hope. Hope that we are not alone. Humility that we may never fully understand what is out there. And yet we look anyway. Because looking is what makes us human. Because wonder is not a luxury. It's a necessity. It's what pulls us forward. So tonight, as you drift into sleep, or simply sit in quiet thought, let the idea of many Earths settle softly into your spirit. Let it remind you that you are part of a much larger story. That your breath is not isolated, but part of a rhythm that echoes through galaxies. And if this moment has moved you, if this gentle journey into cosmic wonder has brought you peace or curiosity, please like the video. Subscribe to Earth with Nature. Join us again for more reflections on space, science, and the quiet miracle of being. And leave a comment below. What do you think life might look like on another Earth? Or simply tell us your favorite planet. We read every word, and every word matters. Until next time, keep wondering, keep imagining, and remember, the stars are not just above you. They are part of you, as is the Earth, as is everything. We've been wandering together through the idea that Earth, our shimmering home, might be one of countless worlds in the vastness of space. And now, let's drift further into that mystery, into the science and poetry of what lies beyond, and what it might teach us about ourselves. If this journey resonates with you, I gently invite you to like this video, subscribe for more serene explorations, and share in the comments what stirs in your heart as we speak of distant planets. Perhaps tell us about a star you've gazed at, or a dream of another world you've held quietly within. For now, let's imagine we're seated beneath an endless sky, the Milky Way a river of light above us, as we ponder the latest whispers from the universe. Whispers of exoplanets that challenge our understanding, of cosmic chemistry that hints at life, and of a future where humanity might not just look outward, but reach out with trembling, hopeful hands. Let's begin where we left off, with the idea that Earth is not alone, but part of a tapestry of worlds, woven by gravity, stardust, and time. Since the launch of missions like NASA's Kepler in 2009, over 5,500 exoplanets have been confirmed as of late 2023, orbiting stars near and far within our galactic neighborhood. Each discovery is a story. A planet like TRAPPIST-1e, nestled in the habitable zone of a cool red dwarf star just 40 light-years away, where scientists speculate about the possibility of liquid water beneath its surface, or even atmospheres thick with organic molecules. Then there's K2-18b, a super-Earth 124 light-years distant, where the James Webb Space Telescope recently detected signs of methane and carbon dioxide in its atmosphere. Compounds that, on Earth, are tied to life's processes. These aren't proofs of alien existence, but they are tantalizing clues, like footprints in cosmic sand, suggesting that the building blocks of life might be scattered far wider than we once dared to dream. Consider this. If life's chemistry, carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, can form in the crucibles of stars and comets, then couldn't it spark in countless places under countless suns? The science of astrobiology now tells us that life doesn't need Earth's exact recipe. Extremophiles, creatures thriving in Earth's deepest oceans or hottest vents, show us that life can adapt to the unimaginable. So imagine a world like Europa, a moon of Jupiter right here in our solar system, where a subsurface ocean, hidden beneath miles of ice, might harbor microbial life in total darkness, warmed by tidal forces rather than a star. If life can exist there, what of worlds orbiting distant stars, with chemistries and conditions we can't yet fathom? Perhaps there are planets where silicon, not carbon, forms the backbone of life, beings crystalline and slow, thinking in millennia rather than moments. Or worlds where liquid methane rivers carve through landscapes, nurturing life forms that breathe what we would call poison. These ideas stretch us, don't they? They ask us to let go of Earth as the only mold for life, and to embrace a universe of possibility. And yet, as we dream of these alien horizons, there's a tether that pulls us back. Earth herself, fragile and singular in her proven capacity to sustain us. Planetary science, in its quest for other worlds, has also deepened our understanding of home. Take the concept of the pale blue dot, a term coined by Carl Sagan after seeing a distant image of Earth taken by Voyager 1 in 1990, a tiny speck of light in the void, holding all of humanity's history, wars, loves, and songs. That image, paired with data from modern climate models, reminds us that Earth's habitability hangs by a thread. A mere 1% change in solar output, or a slight shift in atmospheric composition, could tip us into uninhabitable extremes. We see this in Venus, often called Earth's evil twin, where a runaway greenhouse effect turned a potentially habitable world into a hellscape of 900-degree Fahrenheit temperatures and crushing pressure. Venus warns us, as much as distant exoplanets inspire us, that life is not guaranteed. It is a gift, fleeting and precious. So what does this mean for us, sitting here under our shared sky? It means that the search for other worlds is also a mirror. It reflects our responsibility to steward this one. It asks us to consider, if we one day find another habitable planet, will we have learned from Earth's scars, her polluted rivers, her warming air, her silent forests? Or will we repeat the same story, blind to the lessons of home? And beyond ethics, there's wonder in this mirror too. The same spectroscopy techniques that detect methane on K2-18b are teaching us about Earth's ancient atmosphere, revealing how life itself shaped our air over billions of years through photosynthesis and microbial blooms. We're learning that planets aren't static. They evolve just as we do. So perhaps our journey to the stars isn't just about finding others. It's about rediscovering ourselves, about seeing Earth as a living, breathing entity worthy of awe and care. Let's sit with that for a moment. Imagine holding a pebble from a beach, a piece of Earth older than empires, shaped by eons of wind and wave. Now imagine holding a fragment of another world, brought back by some future probe from a distant exoplanet. What would it feel like to touch something so alien, yet born of the same cosmic dust as you? The European Space Agency's Ariel mission, set to launch in 2029, aims to study the atmospheres of 1,000 exoplanets, seeking signs of water vapor, carbon dioxide, and perhaps even biosignatures, chemical hints of life. Each data point will be a step closer to answering humanity's oldest question: are we alone? But even if the answer remains elusive, the asking matters. It binds us together across cultures and time, in a shared curiosity. It reminds us that we are star stuff, as Sagan said, contemplating the stars. So, as we close this chapter of our cosmic wander, I invite you to look up tonight if you can, or simply close your eyes and picture the galaxy spinning silently above. Think of TRAPPIST-1e, of Europa, of worlds yet unnamed. Think of Earth, cradled in darkness, glowing with life. And ask yourself, what does it mean to belong to this universe? How do we honor our place in it? If these thoughts linger with you, share them below. Tell us what other worlds you imagine or what Earth means to you in this vast context. Like this video if it stirred something in you. Subscribe to Earth with Nature for more gentle journeys, and let's keep this conversation alive. Until we meet again under this shared sky, may your wonder grow, may your questions deepen, and may you always feel the quiet pulse of the cosmos, connecting us all through space and time. Let's linger a little longer in this cosmic reverie, tracing the invisible threads that tie us to worlds we've never seen, yet feel in our bones. As we ponder the silent spin of Earth beneath us, let's turn our gaze to a remarkable system that has captured the imagination of astronomers and dreamers alike. Proxima Centauri b, orbiting the closest star to our Sun, just 4.24 light-years away. Discovered in 2016, this rocky exoplanet sits in the habitable zone of Proxima Centauri, a red dwarf star, where temperatures might allow liquid water to pool on its surface, if it has an atmosphere to shield it. But here's where the wonder deepens. Red dwarfs like Proxima Centauri are far more common than Sun-like stars, making up about 75% of the stars in our galaxy. If even a fraction of their planets are habitable, the Milky Way alone could host billions of potential homes for life. Scientists with the Breakthrough Starshot initiative are even dreaming of sending tiny light-propelled probes to this nearby system within our lifetime, traveling at 20% the speed of light to capture images or data from Proxima Centauri b. Imagine that, a glimpse of a world so close, cosmically speaking, that it feels almost within reach. Yet, there are challenges. Proxima Centauri is prone to violent stellar flares, bathing its planets in radiation that could strip away atmospheres or sterilize surfaces. Could life adapt to such extremes, as it has in Earth's harshest corners? Think of the tardigrades, microscopic water bears on our planet, surviving radiation doses lethal to humans, or bacteria thriving near radioactive waste. If life here can endure such odds, what might evolve on a world scorched by stellar tantrums? Perhaps organisms that harness radiation as energy, glowing faintly in endless twilight, or beings that burrow deep into planetary crusts for shelter. And here's a humbling fact. Proxima Centauri b might be tidally locked, one side forever facing its star in searing heat, the other frozen in eternal night. Yet, at the terminator line, the boundary between day and night, there could be a narrow band of temperate calm, a sliver of habitability where life might cling. This idea stirs something primal, doesn't it? It reminds us that life, if it exists out there, might not mirror ours. It might be stranger, more resilient, more alien than we can grasp. But it also mirrors Earth's own story of survival against cosmic odds. Consider our planet's early history, bombarded by asteroids during the late heavy bombardment some 4 billion years ago, yet somehow cradling the first fragile sparks of life in primordial oceans. The more we study exoplanets like Proxima Centauri b, the more we see Earth's past reflected. Violent, chaotic, yet brimming with potential. This reflection sharpens our awe for home, but it also fuels our curiosity about neighbors we've yet to meet. What if Proxima Centauri beholds fossilized microbes, frozen in time, or even active ecosystems hidden beneath its surface? The European Southern Observatory's extremely large telescope, set to begin operations in the late 2020s, might help us detect atmospheric biosignatures, gases like oxygen or methane that hint at biological activity. Each spectrum of light analyzed is a whisper from across the void, a chance to hear the universe say, "You are not alone." And even if we find nothing, the search itself is a kind of poetry, a testament to our longing to connect, to understand. So, as you sit with this, imagine standing on the surface of Proxima Centauri b, if only in your mind. Feel the weight of an alien sky, the strange pull of a different gravity, the eerie silence of a world untouched by human sound. What would you say to it? What would you ask? Would you feel more at home on Earth, or more adrift in the vastness of it all? These questions aren't just idle musings. They're bridges between us and the unknown, between the science of starlight and the soul of wonder. Let them simmer as we drift to our next cosmic thought, knowing that every discovery, every unanswered question, binds us closer to the universe that birthed us. Now, let's sail further into the cosmic sea, to a place where the boundaries of possibility stretch even thinner, and the science of today meets the dreams of tomorrow. Let's ponder the enigmatic world of Gliese 581g, often dubbed Zarmina's world, by some astronomers in honor of the wife of its discoverer, a planet announced in 2010 and still debated for its very existence. Located 20 light-years away in the constellation Libra, Gliese 581g, if it's real, orbits a red dwarf star in the sweet spot of the habitable zone, with a mass suggesting it's a super-Earth, perhaps 2 to 3 times larger than our own. Early studies hinted it might have a thick atmosphere, capable of trapping heat and supporting liquid water across much of its surface, unlike the extreme contrasts of tidally locked worlds. Picture this: a planet where oceans glint under a dim reddish sun, where gravity pulls just a bit harder, making every step a deliberate act, and where the sky might shimmer with auroras born of stellar winds. But here's the twist: its existence remains unconfirmed, shrouded in controversy due to inconsistencies in radial velocity data, the method used to detect it by measuring the wobble of its host star. Some teams argue it's a ghost, a miscalculation. Others insist it's there, waiting for better instruments to unveil it. This uncertainty is a reminder of how young our exploration of the cosmos truly is. We've only been hunting exoplanets since the first confirmation in 1992, a mere blink in human history, and yet we've catalogued thousands, each a puzzle piece in a picture we're still assembling. Gliese 581g, whether real or not, embodies the edge of our reach, the place where science dances with hope. And even as we debate its reality, we're learning from its system. Gliese 581 hosts other confirmed planets like Gliese 581d, also near the habitable zone, pushing us to refine models of how atmospheres evolve on worlds around dim, long-lived stars. Red dwarfs burn for trillions of years, far outlasting our Sun's mere 10 billion-year lifespan, offering any life that emerges a vast window to develop, perhaps into complex, intelligent forms. Could Gliese 581g, if it exists, be home to beings who've watched their star for eons, crafting histories deeper than ours? Or might it host only silent microbes, locked in a slow, ancient rhythm? The search for answers drives missions like NASA's upcoming Nancy Grace Roman Space Telescope, launching in the mid-2020s, which will use microlensing to spot planets even farther from their stars, expanding our map of potential homes. But beyond the data, there's a deeper pull. Gliese 581g, real or imagined, challenges us to think about time itself. On Earth, life took 4 billion years to produce us, creatures who ponder the stars. On a planet with a trillion-year stage, what might emerge? Minds that think in ways we can't conceive, or ecosystems so intricate they defy our language. This thought humbles us, but it also ignites a spark. To keep looking, to keep listening. Projects like SETI, the search for extraterrestrial intelligence, scan the skies for radio signals or laser pulses, hoping to catch a deliberate hello from such a world. So far, silence reigns, but each quiet moment is a canvas for imagination. What would we say if Gliese 581g answered back? How would it change us to know another mind gazes at the same cosmic tapestry, perhaps naming stars as we do, weaving myths as we have? And closer to home, how would it shift our care for Earth, knowing we might one day speak to a sister world? As you hold this mystery, picture Gliese 581g's possible horizon, a crimson dawn that never fully brightens, a quiet so profound it feels sacred. Let that image linger, a reminder that the universe is not just a place of facts, but of stories waiting to be told, of connections waiting to be felt. Share your own story below. What would you ask a world like this? What would you hope to hear? Let's keep weaving this wonder together, under the same endless sky.